Hey guys, Tony here, good morning. So I did want to go back and look to PLTR just to see what it's been done. I haven't really talked about this ever since, when was the last time I set this up? September 24th. So like late-ish September. As of right now, it does look like, well, the good thing is it actually went back down to fill that gap at like $23 or so, right? So that's pretty good. I do think there's a chance that it'll probably still keep going down, possibly to hit previous support at 22, especially because all you've really been seeing under this this bull cycle is just downward movement, right? So I definitely think we're going to go a little bit lower to the low side, but it looks like it's going to go lower. If I had to take like a pretty solid guess, I'd say lower. As far as like a higher time frame, I'd say, I hate that we can't use a month on PLTR because, usually right now, but the monthly is a pretty solid way of at least getting the bigger trend, right? But it does seem like PLTR seems to be moving. You have higher highs being created, lower highs also, and I think you are hitting a floor right now. So if you don't go down to 22.21, maybe you throw a wick down there, and then you keep running to the upside. But I think, for the most part, PLTR has created a floor. I think it's pretty much set to keep running on the high side as long as it does not break trend. I mean, if it does not break trend, I think it's pretty solid. But you gotta wait. That's a big wick though down here. That's actually a pretty big wick to the low side. But again, it's gonna not break trend. I mean, it looks like it already broke trend though, but I'm not actually gonna keep the trend just because you do have support right here, major weekly support, right? So I think as of right now, I'd say I'm probably bullish on PLTR from here after filling this gap, especially. So I can remove all these, right? Because we actually went down and we filled that gap. Keep in mind, you still have a pretty nice gap up here at somewhere in between $30 to like $31. But I think I would be pretty comfortable in saying that, I think for now, if you don't throw a wick down here, you might actually just trade sideways and then back up. But keep in mind that from lows, I don't want to use that low. Let's go from support, highs, go from lows to highs. So I can expect somewhat of a similar move, right? So from here, if you actually just kind of trade sideways, it looks like between 50 and 60 days is going to be your average here. So I think after maybe in the next 2-3 months, you're possibly going to see, what is it, 847, 897. Yeah, I think you're pretty set. You can see something like that within the next couple of months, like 2 months, 3 months or so for PLTR. Possibly a move up to like $30-$31, I think. It seems to be consistent on trend, higher highs, higher lows, and I think you're more than likely already found the floor at 22.21, and I think we're going back up to fill that gap, at what, like $31. So PLTR does look pretty bullish, and even on previous instances, whenever you actually start closing weekend bear weeks, it's actually more of a signal to start accumulating, as opposed to it having stronger momentum to the downside, right? So if I had to guess here, I'd say that more than likely PLTR is probably going to trade sideways and then run like around $8 or so to the upside. And I think you'll probably see a $30 PLTR sometime by the end of the year. So by very, very, very late December or by very early January. At least that's what I think the forecast can be, right? Unless they have like some crazy good news or crazy bad news. If everything stays pretty stable like the way that it is right now, I can easily see PLTR at like $31, $32 by late December or early January. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.